Hi everyone, welcome to my Facebook Live this week. My name's Mandy Witherby from Mandy's Papercraft Creations, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. Thank you for joining me today. It's great to have you here, whether or not you're watching live or watching on the replay later on, or perhaps watching on YouTube. So feel free to leave me a comment, say hi as you're jumping on. And while I'm waiting for everyone to jump on, I'm going to call this up on my iPad. So if you see me looking down, that's why. There we go. Great. Good. Hi, Tina Marie. Hi, Christy. Great to see you, ladies. How are you? How was your weekend? Let me know what you've been doing. And have you been doing some creating over the weekend? I've been busy designing cards for my upcoming class, so that's pretty exciting. I actually had to walk away for a little while because I was getting frustrated. It wasn't turning out how I wanted it, so I had to walk away, leave it overnight, and then came back to it this morning, and then I got there. So all good. Hi Amanda, great to have you here today too. All right, so I'm going to take the comments off my phone. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm reading your comments as they're coming through. So, oh, no worries, Tina Marie. You're out and about. Okay, all good, no problem. Feel free to watch the replay so you can see the beautiful card that I make later on. Who we got? Christy's been making Christmas cards for family and friends. Awesome. Very good. Yes, it's going to be upon us before we know it, isn't it? The time is just ticking away so quickly. And yeah, Christmas will be here really, really soon. So good idea to get onto all those Christmas cards now. And I've been doing the same, and I'm going to be making one with you today. I just looked down at my grid paper, and again, I realized that my grid paper is inky, and it's got writing with dimensions all over it. I forgot to grab a new piece of grid paper today, so that's okay. I'm just going to remove this one while I'm talking to you, and I think I've got my mini grid paper within reach, so I might just use some of that today on my cutting mat. So I'll remove this while I'm talking to you. So we had on Saturday our beautiful team. We had our team gathering via Zoom. So it's always a lot of fun. We had some of our new team members, and we had a visitor as well. One of our team members brought along her friend, which was awesome, to our team gathering. Sorry, I'm just getting rid of this grid paper while I'm talking to you. So it was a lot of fun. I made a card with everyone. We created it along together after I gave them all the updates and everything. And in my team, we have team recognition. So I always recognize how my team have gone in the previous month, because usually our team meetings are at the beginning of the following month. And so I give them awards and prizes, and we have creative challenges as well. And then I always draw a winner every year. Every month I draw a winner from the previous month from our creative challenge. So it's a lot of fun, and people get a lot of prizes and gifts and things. So super, super fun. So when everybody puts in their creative projects for the month, they go into an album designated for that month's challenge, and then everyone can view them, and all the team get inspired, and then yeah, so it's a lot of fun. And this month our team challenge is Christmas cards, so hopefully we'll be seeing lots and lots of entries coming through. We've seen some already come through, and hopefully there'll be lots of entries from our team with their Christmas cards too, because of course we'll all be making them, so they can enter all of those into our team challenge for November. So that's pretty cool. That's a couple of the fun things that we do together as a team. We do have other gatherings and things like that as well. So it's a lot of fun, but we love our little group, and yeah, we love sharing things together in our little Facebook group there, which is a lot of fun. So yeah, So we had that, and then I also had a Zoom networking meeting before that as well, which was from On Stage. You might see my box up there behind me. So everybody's probably heard me speak about it and seen my posts over the last, it would have been last week, about our On Stage event, which is for demonstrators. And we had a fantastic time. And then we had a bit of a networking Zoom on the weekend, on Saturday, and that was a lot of fun. I got to meet some new demonstrators from America. I've made some new friends over there, and we're going to stay in touch. So that's a lot of fun. And now I've got pen pals overseas in America, so that's always fun. We can send cards to each other and keep in touch. And yeah, it's just, there's so many fantastic things about being a demonstrator with Stampin' Up. So many opportunities that get opened up to us, which we would never have otherwise. I've made so many beautiful friends. I've made so many beautiful friends in my team. We're like a family. And yeah, it's just really beautiful. So very, very special. And I look forward to doing my Stampin' Up business full time next year. So I'm very excited about that. Meanwhile, things at my day job, my admin job at the preschool, are absolutely hectic because I'm trying to get everything finalized for the end of year and sorted out for the new person to come in. So yeah, but anyway, okay, so as you're jumping on, feel free to keep commenting, ask me any questions that you might have, and let me just mention to you, oh, before I do, let me tell you something. I have got something very special here with me today. So all of you will know that currently we have our annual catalogue. We have our mini catalogue, which used to be the holiday catalogue. It's now called the August to December mini catalogue. So hopefully a lot of you have been using your products from this catalogue, or hopefully all of you have been using your products from this catalogue to make your beautiful Christmas cards. And we've just had Halloween, and in America they had Thanksgiving. Well, from January we have another new mini catalogue, because that one's going to finish, and then we have a new one. And guess what I have? Yay! So exciting. Isn't it beautiful? New beautiful mini catalogue. Now I can't show you the inside yet because it's not releasing until January, but I'll start sending these out to my customers in December. And anyone who has purchased with me in the last 12 months will get one of these in the post from me. Not only this, but also celebration brochure. So our celebration promotion runs for 2 months in 2021. So it's going to be from January to February. And so it has its own little brochure. And these celebration items will be ones that you can earn with qualifying orders from any of the other catalogs. Now this one, look how beautiful that is. And that gives you a little bit of an inkling into how beautiful all the products are that are going to be in, or that are in this catalogue. Now, I'm allowed to show this in person to people, and I can show you products that I have already from this catalogue, but I can't show you the inside yet. That is another perk of being a demonstrator. Now, because I went to On Stage, there's my little box up there, I was able to purchase some of the products early, which I have here, but I'm actually not showing them today. I'm going to show them next week because I've got some other things to show you today. So yes, so I've got a few of those already, and then as demonstrators we can actually start ordering them from the 1st of December. Customers have to wait until January. So if you're not a demonstrator yet, then and you want to get these products early, because that's one of the perks of being a demonstrator, have a chat to your demonstrator who you work with, or if you don't have a demonstrator, have a chat to me. I would love to have you as part of my team about joining so that you can get these beautiful new products. And if you join in December, so we can already see the PDF now, and the hard copies are going out to demonstrators right now, but also too, we can start ordering those products from the 1st of December. So if you join after the 1st of December, you can actually put those products into your starter kit. So that is super exciting. And with the starter kit, you can choose up to $235 worth of product of your choice in that starter kit, but you only pay $169 and you get free shipping on that. And then after that, you get 20% discount on all your future purchases. So who doesn't love a discount? And as crafters, that is the best. It's just the absolute best, getting a discount on all of our crafting purchases. So if you would like more information about that, please get in contact with me, or if you have your own demonstrator, speak to your demonstrator. And yeah, it's just, you know, it's always a great time to join Stampin' Up, but when new goodies are coming up like this, it's the best time to join. So yeah, so I thought I'd let you know all about that, but they're just so pretty. Look at all those prettinesses. All the prettiness, that's not even a word. But I'm just so excited. Look, look, look. See some of those pretty things. So I'm so excited about this. Can you tell what that is? Can you tell? Put it in the comments. Can you tell what it is? It's very exciting. I haven't used that for many, many years. I used to have some many years ago, but yeah, it's coming back, so I'm very excited. So anyway, so I want to let you know about that. And next week, I'll give you a sneak peek of the new products from this catalog and the celebration brochure that I already have. Haven't started I've played with some of them, not all of them, but I'll show you next week. So come back next week to my live next Monday if you want to see some new products. All right, so oh, hi Kathleen, great to see you. Thanks for jumping on. It's great to have you here today. Awesome, and we've got Jenny here as well. Hi Jenny, great to have you here. Okay, so we are going to be looking at a couple of different things today, and one of them is the paper pumpkin, the Joy to the World paper pumpkin kit. Now, I only just opened mine. I've had it for about a week now, I think, or maybe not quite that long. But I only just opened it on the weekend and had a little look, and I was so excited. Now, I was going to have a class running for that next week, or I am having a class running for that next week. And if you normally get quick shipping and delivery on your orders, you can still purchase one of these in my online store. And if it gets to you before the end of the week, then you're welcome to join us for my class on Saturday. It's Saturday evening at 7 o'clock. And it'll be via Zoom, so it'll be a live crafting session, which will be a lot of fun. So there is an event in my event section in my business page here. So after this Facebook Live, go there if you would like to purchase one, and click on the link. There's a link there in the event. Click on the link and go through to purchase your paper pumpkin, and then you can come and join us. So what I'll do then is I will email you the link, and then you can come along and join us on Saturday evening if you get your kit in time. So, but if you do purchase it with me, I will still send you the link, and even if you don't get your kit in time, you're still welcome to join us, because you might get some ideas and you'll actually get to see how to put the kit together as well, because I'll be showing everybody how to do that. Okay, so I'm going to tip the camera down and get everything ready, and I might even run and grab a piece of grid paper that I can put down on my mat while I get the camera adjusted. It'll just take me a quick second. They're right within reach. All right, so bear with me. I'm going to cover up the camera so that I can flip that down. So bear with me while I do that. And feel free to ask me any questions as we're going through, because I will keep checking. Oh, hey, Jenny. How you going? We've got 2 Jennies on here today. Awesome. How's the weather down in Tassie today? We've got a really, really hot day today, and there's a hot wind blowing as well. So we might be in for a storm this afternoon or this evening. I think it was supposed to be up around 40 degrees or just under 40 degrees today. So yeah, I had to go out earlier today and it was so hot. So I was glad to come home in the air conditioning. All right, so let's cover up the camera and we'll tip it down to the desktop and I'll show you the paper pumpkin kit, and then I will we'll get crafting and we'll make this beautiful Christmas card. Okay, just bear with me for one moment. I'll cover you up, flip those cameras and get my stand ready. Okay, whoa, forgot to tighten that one. I nearly lost the lot then. And I'll just put that down a little bit lower so you can see better. Whip out my grid paper, and while that is just catching up, while I will just get my lights ready for you all. Oh, we're over a long way today. Let's move this over here. And I'll move that. Okay. Oh, we're a bit wonky today. Let's straighten this all up. Nothing worse than a wonky video. Let's see if I can move this over a little bit. There we go. Now, how's that looking? I'll put my blog down here. So if you are looking for my online store, you can find it via my blog, and my blog is mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com. And if you are shopping with me, remember to use my host code, and then I can send you a beautiful handmade card. And if your order is over $50, I will also send you a thank you gift. Now I'm just going to pop down a little bit. Oh, is it wet and rainy down in Tassie today, Jenny? Oh, we've got all the nice hot weather up here. I wonder if that rain will come north. So, oh, thanks, Kathleen. So I'm just popping a little blue tack down on the corners of my grid paper just to hold it in place so that it doesn't move around on us while we're crafting. All right, let's have a look at this paper pumpkin kit. So this is so awesome. So if you have not heard about Paper Pumpkin before, Paper Pumpkin is a subscription in North America. So they can subscribe over there or up there or across there, wherever they are. I'm not good with geography. And they can get the Paper Pumpkin kit every month, and they never know what's coming in it. It's always a surprise, but every month they get a surprise box of crafting goodies, which is so much fun. Now this year, or last year they started it, but this year is the second year that Stampin' Up has actually put out a global Paper Pumpkin kit. And this year we've had two. So we had this box of sunshine just a couple of months ago, and now we've got the Joy to the World Christmas one. So this is super exciting. So I'll show you what comes in the box. Now normally it's wrapped with tissue paper, but I've actually already pulled the tissue paper out, but normally that would be wrapped. Sorry, I forgot to put my phone on silent and I forgot to turn my notifications off. Okay. Sorry, that was my daughter ringing me. My other daughter, she's at work. Yeah, so normally this would be wrapped in tissue paper, but I've taken the tissue paper out and I've already put it in the bottom. So you get an ink spot, and this one is just jade color. So you get an ink spot that coordinates with the kit. You also get all the instructions. So it shows you there's two designs in here, and then you can change the designs up if you like to as well. There is, within the two designs, or within this design, there's different words. So you've got joy, love, and peace, and this one's joy again. So basically that's 3 different cards, and then you've got this one as well. So you get all the bits and pieces in this kit to make these projects, and then you have some other alternative ideas over the back, and then inside it gives you the instructions of how to put it together, and it's in English, French, German, and Japanese. And also too, on the back, it gives you what is included in your kit. Okay, so then there's a little flyer in here to let you know that there is actually a Facebook group for this particular kit. So everybody is welcome to go to this Facebook group. It's called Joy of Paper Pumpkin, and there's lots and lots of other inspirational ideas on there using this kit. And then it tells you that the sentiments in this kit, the gold foil sentiments, are in different languages and what they are. And then you get to the kit. So you get adhesive dots. You get a whole sheet of dimensionals, which is awesome. Normally we just get a little strip in the Paper Pumpkin kits, but this is actually a whole full sheet of dimensionals, which is our Stampin' Up mounting foam. So that's pretty cool. Let's put all these down here. We have the beautiful stamp set, which is exclusive to this kit. I'm just going to pop it onto some white paper there so you can see those beautiful stamps. So some of these stamps will be used with the actual, if you're following the kit instructions, and some of the stamps you can use for other projects as well. So there's lots of beautiful greetings. There's even a lovely sentiment for on the inside of your card as well, which says, wishing you a very happy Christmas filled with fun and laughter. So that is really beautiful too. Then we have some gorgeous embossed papers, and they've got like a cable knit design on them. They're gorgeous. We've got our pre-printed and die cut elements for our cards, and with this one you stamp the additional wreath from the stamp set on top of that as well for extra color and dimension. Then we've got our labels. And there's this beautiful gold foil. There's a couple of sheets of this gold foil, and we've got some words on there and some labels, and the words are in the different languages as well. So there's a couple of sheets of those. We've got some twine, some cherry cobbler twine, which is beautiful. It's like a linen thread. And then these are all the card bases. So they're all the same. This kit makes 8 cards. So these are your card bases with that beautiful gold metallic finish to them. And the back part of the card is like a distressed look, which is awesome. And then the inside is white, so you can write inside the card. And it comes with all your envelopes. And the envelopes, look how beautiful they are. And look, they match the box. So they've got the same sentiments on them as the box. So, which is the joy, the peace, love, joy, and in the different languages. So all the envelopes are the same. And then that comes all wrapped in plastic on a board and then in the tissue paper. So you get so much in this kit. It's really wonderful. And then, so you've got enough there to make 8 cards, plus you'll have leftovers, plus then you've got your stamp set and your ink that you can use for other projects. And you'll probably have leftovers of your dimensionals as well, all for $37 in Australia. How awesome is that? Whoops, hang on. Let me just fix my little piece up. Otherwise that's going to get bent. That's just started to pop out of its little spot. Just fix that one up. There we go. Got a little bit caught as I was putting it in there. Yeah, so only $37 for that kit, and it makes 8, as I said, it makes 8 cards. Plus then you've got those additional items that you can then go on and make other cards. Because you've got your wreath there, and you've got your flowers, you've got all your beautiful sentiments. There's a beautiful Merry Christmas there too. That's quite a good size Merry Christmas. So yeah, $37. I think it's an absolute bargain, and it's beautiful. So, as I said, if you would like to purchase the Paper Pumpkin kit in my online store, just go to my blog, mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com, and it's called the Joy to the World Paper Pumpkin Kit, and you'll actually see a promotion when you go into my online store. You'll see a promotion pop up, and you can just click on that promotion and it takes you straight to the product. So yeah, and if you have any questions about it, let me know, because I'd love to be able to help you with that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be looking at is, and this is what we're going to be crafting with today. I showed you last week, actually we created with it, I think it was last week. Do you remember we made this card last week using the Curvy, which one was it? The Curvy, Quite Curvy Stamp Set. And I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Oh, got all of a sudden had an itchy nose and it made me sneeze. I'm so sorry. And we have the coordinating dies, the Curvy Dies. So I've got one out of there already, which we're going to use today. But last week we used those and we made this beautiful card. Now these ones are available at the moment as a bundle together. They're a pre-release from the new mini catalogue. So when the new mini catalogue comes out in January, they will be available individually. But let me tell you, if you get the stamp set, you'll really want the dies as well to coordinate with it, because not only does it cut out some of the images in there, but then you get these awesome curvy lines to cut your cardstock, which is absolutely beautiful. So yes, so you can get them right now as a bundle. Again, you can get them from my online store. Now, not only that, but at the moment, until the 4th of January, we also have, and this is what we're playing with today, the Curvy Christmas Stamp Set, which is absolutely beautiful. I love the curves on here. Got some gorgeous sentiments, got some holly boughs, pine boughs, and you've got some, oh, what's this one called? Oh, hey Chitska, great to see you. Well, great to have you here. I can't actually see you, but I can see that you're here. Is it mistletoe? I think it's mistletoe. And then you've got the beautiful bow, and you've got the Merry Christmas, and then the other curvy sentiments. And these sentiments, because this is a photopolymer stamp set, which I'll show you. It's a photopolymer stamp set. So because they are long sentiments and they're photopolymer, they're actually pliable. So you can put as much of a curve on them as you want, because they will bend. Oh, hey Julie, great to have you here today. So we're going to be playing with them today, as well as we have available at the moment too, the beautiful classic Christmas 6x6 designer series paper. And this is specially to coordinate with these stamp sets and bundles, but you can use them any other time. And of course the dies coordinate with this stamp set as well, because you've got those beautiful curvy lines. And this is some of the paper. Now you can see I've already chopped into it. I think I did show this last week on my Facebook Live, but in case you missed it, there is 48 sheets. Whoops, I think it's 48. Let me double check. 48 sheets of designer series paper. How beautiful are these? These would be great for your Christmas cards, but also too, some of them are quite generic, so you can use them for other occasions as well, because we've got stars in there, we've got stripes, we've got geometric patterns. Let me turn them over and show you. You've got sort of like a gingham look or a crosshatch look. You've got spots. So these don't only have to be used for Christmas. So if you don't get through them all for Christmas, then you can still use them for other occasions as well. So we're going to be using some of those today. I just love them. I think they're beautiful. And I think they're very versatile, because even the ones with the holly on them, if you turn them over, you've got spots. So you can use spots for any occasion. And also too, if you struggle with masculine cards, these are great colors for masculine cards. I love using the cherry cobbler and the Sahara sand. I was going to say crumb cake. It's Sahara sand for masculine cards as well. And the greens as well. They're great too. So we're going to be using that. Okay, so let me show you what we're going to be making. Oh, look, there's a little piece that came out of the packet. Let me show you the card that we're going to be creating today. Okay, so this is the card we're going to be creating today. It's this one here. And see, we've used that beautiful curved curvy die, and we've used the garland, the pine garland stamp, and then we've used the spots to put the berries on there as well. So I'll show you how to do that. Then I've just incorporated a couple of additional products, a couple of additional labels. So I've brought in let me just get them here, the Tasteful label dies. So this is the Tasteful label dies. and I've incorporated those for these labels here. And oops, one came off. Where did that one come from? That one came from there. And I've taken off the one that we're going to be using already, which is really cool actually. It's got lots of detail to it. This circle one, it's got a lot of, I don't know if you can see all the detail there on that one. It's got like a stitching detail on it. It's really, really cool. I'm going to be using that one today. Okay, so we'll pop those to the side. We're also going to be using some embossing powder. We're going to be doing a little bit of embossing. This ribbon is some of the in color ribbon, the 2020 to 2022 in color ribbon, and that's in the Just Jade, which coordinates beautifully with the ink that we're going to be using because it's also Just Jade. And for the ends of the label, the sentiment label, we're just using the Banners Pick a Punch there. So let me just grab my kit. Yes, did I tell you the right one? Yes, I did. Banners Pick a Punch. Sorry, we've got a couple of these now and I forget the names of them. I keep on saying I'm going to put a label on these so I know which one is which because I get them mixed up all the time. But yeah, this is the Banners one, which is really pretty. Okay, so I'll show you the colors that we're going to be using today. So let's pop our card to the side. All right, so we are going to be using Cherry Cobbler and Just Jade, and we're also going to be using the Versamark for our sentiment. Okay, so we're going to be using some white Stampin' Emboss powder for that. So we'll pop that up there. I've got my stamps already mounted. Oh, that one's gotten stuck there. So we'll get those all ready. And let me move these to the side, or to the top actually, and then I'll give you all the dimensions for this card. Okay, so here is my little pack with my little kit with everything already prepped and ready to go. And I'll give you the dimensions. If you would like to make this card at home, I'll give you all of the dimensions. All right, so we have a Just Jade base, and this measures 21 centimeters by 14.85. So basically it's half of an A4 sheet. And then we've scored and folded that at 10.5 centimeters. Okay, remember to use your bone folder to burnish the edge, the folded edge of your card so that it will sit down nice and flat and you get that lovely crisp image there. Crisp edge of your card. We've then got, this is the piece that we're going to cut the curve out of and do our stamping on. This is just ordinary Whisper White, and this measures at 8 centimeters by 14.45 centimeters. Then we've got our DSP. Now I'm using the Cherry Cobbler DSP, but you might want to use one of the other colors, and I'm using the trees this time. So I'm changing it up just a little bit from my original one. And this is, where's my DSP? Okay, so 4.5 centimeters by 14.45. Then we've just got a little scrap of I was looking at the greeting Merry Christmas, and I nearly called this Merry Merlot, but no, it's not Merry Merlot. It's actually Cherry Cobbler, and it's 6.5 centimeters by 2 centimeters. And I've got it that length so that when I punch the ends, the sentiment is still centered in the middle. Okay, so, but I did just cut that down from a scrap that I had. Oh, hey Megan, you made it. Yay, great to see you. Not that I can see you, but I can see your image, your little photo, your little profile photo, so I know that you're here. And then we've got a piece of gold foil. Now I've already pre-cut mine with the die, as I said to you, from, whoops, there we go, from the Tasteful label dies. Sorry, I went blank then for a moment. So I already pre-cut mine just to save a little bit of time. And this is just some of the Stampin' Up gold foil cardstock, which is absolutely gorgeous. And then we've got some of that Just Jade ribbon that I mentioned. And this one is, oh, I didn't write down the length of that one. And I have the wrong grid paper. I think it was 16 centimeters. 16 centimeters from memory. and it's just over my 15 centimeter ruler, so 16 centimeters of ribbon. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is to die cut our curve on our Whisper White so that we can then do our stamping and put together our card. Let me move my bone folder. Okay, so we're going to bring in our curvy die, and when you see the die, now if you were watching last week, I did let everybody know this last week, but if you weren't here last week, I'll say it again. With the curvy die, the cutting edge is only on one side. So where you see, I'll hold it up so you can see it. Hopefully you can see it. There's a bit of a ridge on one side. Okay, that isn't on the other side. The other side is just flat. So that ridge is actually your cutting edge. So that's, so you know where that's going to cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that over so my cutting edge is now along the bottom, and I can feel that with my finger, but just be careful because it can be sharp, it can cut you. So I can feel that that's along there, and I'm simply going to line up my curve onto my Whisper White, and I'm taking it down as far to the bottom as I can, but without going off the edge. But I want the ends to go a little bit off the edge so it cuts it all the way out. And then you can simply just tack that in place with some washi tape. So I always keep some old washi tape in my kit. If you're worried that it might be a little bit too sticky and you're worried about it tearing your paper, just dab it off on your clothes a little bit before you stick it down. Okay, so I'll stick it down one end and then we'll do the other end. How's the weather today, Megan? The weather is super hot. Oh, it's horrible up there, is it? Is it raining? So we've had a lot of wind today, and it was close to 40 degrees. It's actually a hot wind, and it's stinking hot and very humid, and yeah, I'm glad to be in the air conditioning, to be honest. So yeah, I do love summer, but I don't quite like it this hot. All right, so I'll bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Has everybody seen the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine? Hopefully you have. Oh, it's hot and humid up there, is it? Yeah, you get a lot more humidity up there, I think, than we do here. And because I'm in Western Sydney, so we don't get a sea breeze as such, so it actually gets really hot out here. Okay, so I'm going to pop that on my plate, and I'm using a brand new plate for the top. My plate on the bottom is one that I've used over and over and over, so I'll have to replace that one soon. All right, and then we're just going to run that through our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So who else has a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine? Let me know in the comments if you have one, or let me know in the comments if you don't have one yet. They are fabulous, I have to say. I'm so, so happy with mine. Okay, and then we'll just very carefully remove that washi tape so that we don't tear that card. Oh, uh-oh. Guess what I just did? I just tore my card. Oh dear. Okay, I'm going to have to get another piece. I mustn't have dabbed that piece of washi tape enough on my clothes. So I wonder if I could hide that with a gem. Oh, you know what? I think that'll be where I... Oh, no, because my gemstone was going to go on the other side. Ah... That's okay. I will get another piece of Whisper White. Bear with me. I'll go and grab another piece. Okay, that's all right. We're just going to have to cut it down again. So let me put that piece to the side. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use that same washi tape because... Now, oh no, I can't use that one. That one's torn. I was going to say, now that it's stuck once, it won't be so sticky. But I think I'll dab it off a little bit more on my clothes too. Oh, you're waiting for your... Oh, waiting for the mini... Yeah, the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine to come out, Megan. Yes. We don't have any news on that yet. Hopefully we'll get some news soon. And Kathleen... Oh, you want one, Kathleen? Not sure if you're going to get the mini or not. Are you tossing up, Kathleen, between the mini and the standard size one? Or are you just thinking just about the mini? I'm just going to cut this down while I am chatting with you. So I've got the big one, of course, and I'm also going to get the mini when the mini comes out as well. I think it will be really handy to have. Ah, yes, you are. Awesome. Yeah, so the big one is great. The mini one will be really handy for traveling, although the big one folds up too, so it's great for traveling as well. Or if you're going to, you know, card making, if you're going to classes, or going to a crop, if you're a scrapbooker. Oh, why did I put that back? I need that still. Yeah, but the mini will be much smaller and compact for traveling and things like that. Might even be able to fit it in your on carry-on luggage if you fly. Well, not that any of us fly anywhere at the moment, but if you do normally travel, it might fit in your travel luggage, your carry-on luggage. All right, so I'm just going to cut this back down again. So it's 8 by 14.45. The thing with the mini is that most of the dies will fit through the mini, but there are some larger dies and some of the large embossing folders that won't fit through as well. There are a few of the small embossing folders that will fit through that have been specially made for it, which fit in both machines actually. So that's really awesome. But yeah, so if you are thinking about it, oh, you're worried that the mini will not be as good as the normal size, the regular size one, and you're worried that you might be upset with it. Yeah, I think from what I've heard, like they look very similar, and I think they're coming from the same, as far as I'm aware, they're coming from the same manufacturer. So I wouldn't think that it would be any less quality. I would think that it would be the same quality. So yeah, but I don't have one yet, so I don't have experience with it yet. Maybe you can wait and see when it comes out, and then see how everybody else is feeling about theirs, Kathleen, if you're a little bit concerned. But yeah, I can definitely recommend the big one because I have that. It's awesome. I love it. So I'm just using my little die brush attachment for my Take Your Pick tool just to get all of those little bits out of the, all the little tiny dots out of my curve, so that, I'll put that to the side actually because I'll need that again. All right, let's start again. Washi tape. Now, where's my other piece? Let's use a piece I've already used for one end, and we'll start again. It's all good. That just gave us a little bit more chat time, didn't it? Which is always good. I love a bit of chat time. Yeah. So I think that's a good thing to do, Kathleen, is if you're unsure, just wait till it comes out. Wait till a few people have it, and have had a played with it, and then check the reviews. Yeah. Otherwise, just get the big one, because I reckon the big one's awesome. I love it. I use mine pretty much most days, actually. So, yeah. All right, so let's do that again. I'll bring my machine back in. Oh, there we go. And I'm just going to clean off. So I'll just give you a little tip here, actually. So where I die cut the previous one, some of those little dots, I don't know if you can see that there, some of the little dots actually stayed behind on the plate. It's a good idea to clean any bits that are left on the plate. It's a good idea to clean them off before you do your next cut, because they can actually imprint into your cardstock as it rolls through the rollers. So always make sure your plate is clean before you put it through again. All right, there we go. Oops, make sure that one's clean too. Let's try that again. And hopefully this time our washi tape won't be too sticky. Some of the washi tapes are more sticky than others. And I've got a lot of old ones that I don't really use much now, but I use them for things like this. All right, let's move that. And hopefully, oh look, that stuck to my plate. There we go. Hopefully, I will do it more gently this time. So I'll get that one off first, off that end. There we go. I'll just do it more gently. Ah, did it again. That's okay. I'm going to stamp over that one. This is super sticky washi tape, this one. There we go. Good. That's right. That's only a tiny little bit, but I'm going to be stamping there, so that one's not going to be noticed. You can't notice that on camera, can you? Hopefully not too much. If you do, it won't be there for long because I'm going to stamp over it anyway. All right, so just use my little... Who loves their Take Your Pick tool? I love my Take Your Pick tool. That's one tool I couldn't live without now. I use it every single time I craft. All the different attachments, and yeah, I love it. So I'll just take my brush out. So the brush end can be purchased separately, and it does come with the foam mat that you saw me brush onto as well. Okay, so now we've got our curvy piece. We're going to do some stamping. So let's bring in our Just Jade. Oop, there we go. Okay, and we're going to be using our boughs, our pine bough, and we're basically just going to be following the curve of the die, where the die has cut out that curve. We're just using this to follow that line, and so you can, this stamp already has a bit of a curve to it, so all you do is you follow that curve, and then when you get to the upward curve, you simply turn your block around. Oh, I've got a bit of excess ink on there. Let me get rid of that. Don't want to get that on my white cardstock. So you just turn that around and then follow it in the opposite direction. And then one more, which we're going to be stamping off the edge. There we go. Great. All right. So we're finished with the Just Jade. Now I'll give that a bit of a clean. I've got some scrap here. I'll just stamp that off. And we'll give that a clean straight away, just to eliminate any staining and to keep our stamps in good condition. I always tell everybody that. Okay, and now we're going to come in with our cherry cobbler and our little spots. So you'll see my spots have turned pink. That happens with the photopolymer stamps when you're using deep pink colors or the reds. It does stain up a little bit. Now I'm going to be stamping these full strength, and I'm just literally going to be stamping them over the top of those boughs. And you can twist and turn your stamp so that it's not always in the same orientation, so it looks a little bit more natural. And these are our little holly berries. They're cute. Beautiful. So that is as easy as that is. That's our stamping done on there. So now we'll stamp our sentiment while we're doing all our stamping. There we go. But I better clean this one off first. So just grab my Simply Chamois. My very handy dandy Simply Chamois. I love my chamois. So Take Your Pick tool. Nobody commented on the Take Your Pick tool. Do you all use one of these? Take Your Pick tool. Let me know if you have one or if you don't have one yet. They are awesome. All right, now with the sentiment, where's my little piece of cherry cobbler? Here we go. So I've got our little sentiment piece for the sentiment, of course, because it's the sentiment piece. We're going to be using some Versamark ink with our Merry Christmas. And I've got my embossing powder here ready. And I just like to use some scrap paper for catching. I'll just move this to the other side. I like to just use some scrap paper just for catching my embossing powder. So I've got that ready to go as well. And my heat tool, which I forgot to plug in again. I did that last time. I was doing some filming on the weekend of one of my upcoming classes, and I went to do my heat embossing, and I hadn't even got my heat tool out, and I'm like, oh my goodness, where is my heat tool? And I had to quickly grab it and plug it in. So now which one will I unplug? I think I'll unplug my my iPad. I'll unplug my iPad for a moment while I just do my heat embossing. Okay, so all we're going to do is stamp our sentiment in the middle of this cherry cobbler piece. There we go. Beautiful. Hot tip, don't leave your glue outside in the heat, it melts. Oh, really? Did you have an issue with your glue, Megan? Oh, you use your take your pick all the time, Megan? Awesome. Oh, you don't have the brush yet. Oh, you have to get the brush. It's cool. It's really cool. So handy. All right, we'll give that one a clean too. So now we know all our stamps are clean. Okay, so now I'm going to put some embossing powder on here. I like that your tip was a hot tip, Megan, about not leaving your glue out in the heat. It's very apt having a hot tip about the heat. Okay, so I'm going to use my tweezers to hold on to this because it's going to be hot in a moment, and it's only a small piece, so I don't want to burn my fingers. So if you have the old retired embossing buddy, feel free to rub that over your cardstock first. If you don't have an embossing buddy, because they are retired now, you can just use an old paintbrush, which is what I always used to use before I even knew about an embossing buddy, and you just brush away any excess granules of the embossing powder. Okay. You just opened the lid and all the glue came out like runny liquid. Oh my goodness. Oh no. That's not good, Megan. I bet that made a big mess everywhere. Oh dear. And another tip for everybody too is before you heat emboss your piece, make sure you cap the lid of your embossing powder and you put it to the side, because if you leave that open, or I left any of that embossing powder out on the paper and then I started heating, if I accidentally got the heat onto this, it's going to wreck the whole tub of embossing powder because it'll melt it all. So remember to do that. Okay, so I'll just heat up my heat tool for a moment. So it's good and hot, ready to heat our sentiment. Okay, so then we just heat it until we start to see that embossing powder melt and become shiny. And as soon as we see that start to change, then we just move our heat tool along the sentiment. But don't hold it too long in one place, otherwise it will overcook it and then it will become very dull and flat. It'll actually go flat if it's overcooked. So there we go. Not sure if you can catch that in the light, but we have a bit of shine and texture on there now. So there we go. All right, so now we're going to punch the ends of it. Now you might be wondering how I'm going to do that, because this is such a small piece. How am I going to hold it and get it into my punch? I'll show you another little tip. Actually, let me see if I got them here. Yep, here we go. So I have some little mini Post-it notes or sticky notes. Well, they are Post-it brand actually. But if you don't have mini ones, you can just use a regular size one and cut it down. And I'm going to use this as a bit of a handle. So I'm just going to pop it onto the back part of my sentiment label. Then I'm going to feed that into my punch, and see I'm using the yellow as a bit of a handle to hold on to so that I can grab onto that and pull it back out. I'm going to line this up, and I'm using the handle on the underneath side to move that cardstock. I'm going to line that up, and because this piece isn't exactly the same size as the grooves in this punch, I'm just using that little handle. There we go, just to punch that end. And it's more important with the second end, because now that piece of cardstock is a bit shorter. So we'll do the same on the other side, feed that back through. So this punch, if you haven't seen the banner punches before, they're really awesome. They've got 3 different sized grooves. So there's 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch and 1/2 an inch. But this piece of cardstock that I'm using isn't any of those sizes. So that's another reason why I'm using this little handle here, is to help me maneuver this cardstock into the right position, because it's not sitting within those grooves, so that it's not being held in place with those grooves. Just trying to line that up and get that straight. Whoop, whoop. There we go. I think that's it. Oh, hang on, that's not straight. There we go. Okay. And there we have our sentiment label. There we go. And then we can use our little handle for the next piece. Ah, great. Thanks, Kathleen. Had you not heard that tip before? That's, yeah, it's actually one that I only found out about not that long ago, that little tip using the sticky notes. I'm sure that tip's probably been around for a long time, but I actually had never heard of it until probably last year. I think last year. I think one of my team members actually told me about that tip, which was in one of my classes, which was very handy. I was very pleased to learn that one. Okay, so now we've got all of our pieces ready to put together. So also too, I want to show you, so with the original card, I did mine this orientation, so in a portrait orientation. One of my team members who was making it along with me in our team gathering, she actually had it in the opposite orientation, and she turned her sentiment and had the sentiment facing a crossways so that the ribbon was coming down, and it looked really awesome that way as well, which is kind of like the same orientation I had on my other card, where I had the orientation running landscape. So you can certainly do either. Yeah, but it just goes to show that even just by turning it, you know, in a different direction, using different cardstock, or sorry, designer series paper, you can make a very different card, but still using the same layout. All right, so I'm just going to double check that I did cut that the right length when I cut that before. Yes, I did. Good. All right. So I'm now going to adhere this to the card front. Oh, I like that side too. That would look cool as well, wouldn't it? So you could use either side. You could flip that over and use that side if you wanted to, and then that's going to go over the top. I like that too. Well, I'm going to do the trees this time. So using the trees, I'm going to have this card still going in the portrait orientation, because that's the direction of the trees. Whereas if I turned it, oh, you like the crosses, Amber? Maybe I should flip it over and do it that way. Well, how about if I flip it over, I'll use this one. I'll use the crisscrosses, and then what I can do is I can change it up and turn it into a landscape card. Let's do that. Let's have a bit of fun with this. Change it up a little bit. Okay, so I'm using some of my Stampin' Seal. Just checking which one I had. It's not the plus, it's just the regular Stampin' Seal, which I love. It's super, super sticky. All right. And we are going to have a little 2mm border so that we can still see that Just Jade. So we're not going right to the edge. We're leaving a little bit of a border. So I'm just taking a moment just to try and get that lined up nice and straight, hopefully. Famous last words. Oh no, that's not too bad. There we go. Awesome. And then we're going to pop this piece on, but we're going to put this up on dimensionals. I love dimension on all of my cards. So let's put some dimensionals onto the back of this piece. Oh, you're looking forward to using that tip with your punches, Kathleen? Fantastic. That's great. I use it with my larger punches too. Use the same tip, using a bit of a larger sticky note to create a bit of a larger handle too, especially if you're punching like a smaller piece of cardstock. It's really handy. All right, so I'm putting down lots of dimensionals. You all know I love my dimensionals. I love to make sure that I've got plenty of support there for all my pieces that are going on the top, because I don't like to have any saggy bits. No saggy bits on our card fronts. I love using my Take Your Pick tool to remove the backings of my dimensionals as well. Super easy. Okay, so now when we put this piece down, we're also going to be leaving a 2mm border on the other side. And then we're lining up the top and bottom edges with the Designer Series paper and still having that lovely border. There we go. Beautiful. See, so we've got that. We can still see that Just Jade all the way around now. Okay, so now we'll put together our sentiment. So with the sentiment, let's just move our card over for a moment. With the sentiment, we're going to attach the ribbon to the back of our label. So I'm simply just going to fold the ribbon over like that to attach it to the back. Now you can do that either with glue dots, or you can put a little bit of Stampin' Seal. I'm just going to put a bit of Stampin' Seal across the middle. You might even like to use tear and tape if you're a tape girl. Or a tape person. I used to use tear and tape mostly than anything else, but now I really like to use the tape runner. I love the Stampin' Seal. So I'm just going to hold my ribbon like that and then just attach my label. And so that's just adhering now to the tape on the back there, the Stampin' Seal, sorry. And then you can banner the ends of your ribbon. So of course, be sure that you're using sharp scissors, and I love my paper snips. They are nice and sharp, and they're a lovely fine point. Got that one a little bit at too much of an angle. Let's fix that, and I'll just, there we go. Great. And now we're going to turn that over, and I'm going to pop some dimensionals onto the back of that one. Get rid of those little ribbon ends. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of extra Stampin' Seal just under there to hold that ribbon at the top. So I can see that's just lifting up a little bit. Whoops. There we go. That's better. There we go. Good. All right, so I'm going to pop some dimensionals onto the back of this one now. I'll bring those back in. And I'm going to just pop the dimensionals over the edge of that ribbon just to help hold that on as well, so that it doesn't move or shift or go anywhere. There we go. Let's put one in the middle just for good measure. Okay, so we'll pop that one on. And this time we're going to go in this orientation. So let's see where our curve is. So I'm going to put it over the widest part of the curve there, or the lowest part of the curve, I should say. There we go. Beautiful. And then with our sentiment label, we're going to put this up on dimensionals as well. So that I know where I'm going to be putting the dimensionals, I like to turn my label upside down. Because the ends of this one are going to be hanging off that circle label, I like to do it like this so that I can see exactly where I put those dimensionals, so that I know that they are going to be adhered in the right spot and the dimensionals themselves are not going to be hanging off the ends of the card there. There we go. Oops, let's put that down here to remove those backings. Okay, so make sure that is straight and attach that onto there. There we go. And then, oh, I haven't got that quite in the center. Oh, that's okay. I've stuck it down now. Don't tell anyone. Nobody will know. Now I'm going to use some of the very beautiful Gilded Gems to add a bit of bling, because, you know, every card needs ribbon and bling, as I always say. Okay, I am going to use a large one and I'm going to pop it up here, and then I'm going to get a small one and pop it here, and then I'm going to use another small one, and let's see, where do I want this other one? I always like to use 3. Oh, let's pop it here because I can still see a little bit of that tear. Let's hide that. There we go. See, you can always hide imperfections. Beautiful. There you go. So there is our card finished. So there's the portrait orientation and there's the landscape orientation. Same layout, just turned on its side. So that's how quick and easy it is to put together a card, and just changing up that designer series paper as well makes them look really different, and changing the orientation of course too. So what do you think? Do you all like that one? Super easy to put together, and those Curvy dies and that stamp set just make it so easy. So do you all like that? Hopefully you do. Okay, so now remember that this is the promotional flyer that I have. Oh, you love it, Megan? Great, thank you. Fantastic. So remember, with the Quite Curvy stamp set, the Quite Curvy stamp set at the moment can be purchased as a bundle with the Curvy dies. Okay. When the new mini catalogue comes out, they'll be able to be purchased separately, but you'll be wanting the dies. So save yourself some money, get them together, and you do save 10%. Okay, when you buy them together. Oh, thanks, Kathleen. Great, glad that you love it. And then you've got the Curvy stamp set and the beautiful designer series paper that we used today as well. Now you can also get all of those together as a bundle if you wish as well. And there is one code for that too. So you'll see that in my online store when you go there, and there'll be a promotional banner that will pop up probably. Yes, there is. Just trying to think. Yes, there's a promotional banner that will pop up when you go into my online store. Just click on that. Otherwise, you can click in what's new, and this will pop up and you'll be able to see all of the products there and then make your selection. So definitely check that out. Good luck with all of your Christmas cards. So we haven't got very long now before we have to have all our Christmas cards in the post to our loved ones and our friends. So make sure you get onto all of your Christmas cards. And I'm going to pop the camera up now so I can say goodbye to you face to face. So I'll just cover up the camera if you bear with me for a moment, and I'll just bring the camera up, and then I can see you all, or you can all see me, to say goodbye. Okay. Oh, I just got an error message on my phone, but all good now. I thought it was going to do something funny, but it's not. I think it's all good. There we go. Okay. So tip that down a little bit and put some lights back on. Otherwise I'll be in the half dark. This room is actually, it's quite light at the moment, but with the lighting, the overhead lighting is actually behind me where I sit at my desk. So whenever I'm filming, I've always got to have additional lights on, like facing me, because otherwise I look like I'm in the shadows. It's just the lighting in this room. Be great if I had big spots or something that I could redirect, but maybe one day. So there's my card for today. Hope you really liked that. It's very cute and very easy to put together as well. So I hope you grabbed those dimensions as well for my card. If you're watching this on YouTube later on, because I do upload all of my cards on YouTube, I might even put the dimensions for you in my YouTube details there. So check that out. Now, if you are watching on YouTube, remember to subscribe to my channel so that you will see my new videos when they pop up, and you need to click on the bell icon so that you'll get notifications when I put a new video up as well. So remember to do that. So, oh, thanks, Chitska. Yeah, really easy to make. Those dies make it so easy, and the stamp sets, so easy to use. They're just beautiful. Now remember too, when you do get your photopolymer stamps, give them a good clean first before you use them. I forgot to say that at the beginning too, because when you first get them, they do come with a bit of a coating on them from the production, and so sometimes they don't hold the ink well straight away. So you need to give them a bit of a clean on your chamois first, or with some of your Stampin' Mist. Give them a bit of a clean and then you're good to go. Otherwise you might find that the ink sort of goes a bit blotchy. If you're getting blotchy ink, then make sure you clean your stamps, because it could just be that it's got a little bit of that processing oils on it. So there's another tip for you. I gave you lots of tips today. Hopefully you've all found them very helpful. Okay, well, I hope you all have a great week. Remember, we've got the Quite Curvy bundle, the Curvy Christmas Stamp Set, the Designer Series paper, the paper pumpkin, the Joy to the World paper pumpkin. Don't forget about that. It's only $37. So very inexpensive, and you'll be able to make lots and lots of beautiful cards with that. The 8 that come in the kit, and then you'll have your stamp sets and ink to make more. And the joining offer, remember we've got the mini catalogue coming out soon and all those beautiful new products. If you want to get them early, then the best thing to do is to join, and you're going to be saving all that money because you're going to be getting a 20% discount on all of your purchases. So let me know if you've got more questions about that. And yeah, and if you've got any questions about anything else, let me know. I would love to help you. Okay, so I hope you all have a great week. I look forward to seeing you all again next week. And remember, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of some of those new products from that beautiful new mini catalogue next week. So come back and join me for that next Monday at 4 o'clock. So have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Happy crafting. Bye.